So, let's get to reading. I'm gonna be trying to give you the most realist, best critique ever. First book, Mob Psycho 100. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got bored reading this. The first like volume at least. I got bored reading this. I'm gonna be honest with you. If like it's a mostly comedic manga. Like some of the art goes fucking crazy though. Some of the art goes crazy. Let me show you this. Like this is fucking wild. Made by the same guy who made One Punch Man. I think this was before. I'm not sure. I don't really care since I remember reading this back like 4 or 5 years ago. I found it insane, but now it's just kind of meh. But it's still the first volume, so yeah, I didn't even finish it. So this one, 6.5. Bluelock Chapter 1. Instantly an 8. 100% just an 8. First of all, genius. I fucking love the concept. Simple as hell, but super good. The art goes crazy. Bakura, the cutest motherfucker, bro. What the fuck? Which hand is my hand? This guy be cute as fuck. Made by the same guy who fucking read Jagan. Jagan goes crazy. I love that bitch, bro. Next book, Chainsaw Man. I read Chainsaw Man like I've reread this bitch like 3-4 times. Honestly, this went crazy before, but I don't know why. It just did not hit the same like as far. Well, this I only have the first 2 volumes, but I feel like this one's a 7. A 7 or a 6.8 still. Crazy art, even better. I thought the art was crazy even when it was just like reading this on my phone. But this is just like even better like drawn. Let me see if there's any interesting chapters. Like even just this, bro. Fujimoto goes fucking crazy. I also have another book by Fujimoto. But yo, have you ever seen somebody's nuts being kicked in look this fucking awesome? Okay, that's all I gotta say. So I have Chainsaw Man Volume 2. This one is I personally feel like is way better in terms of action than the first one. The first one is mostly just funny ha-has, than Denji being acoustic, and this one has this shoddy being a fucking public nuisance to everybody. Personally, the art is crazy. The art's even crazier than the first chapter. Like this is just fucking beautiful. Yo, I'm sorry, but I want this on my fucking wall. I want this on my body, bro. If I could have this shit on my cock, I'd like do it in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So this one's like an easy 7.3. Crazy. Another manga by Fujimoto. The manga where the guy's on fire and he punches. I read this, bro. I read this. This volume is fucking awesome. This has to be one of my favorite ones. This has to be one of the favorite in my collection, just because of how fucking fucked up, batshit crazy it is. And yo, and honestly, the story is actually good. I actually like the story. A lot of people shit talk the story, say it's gory, shit's stupid. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes me think a little bit of Suicide Island. Okay, no, scratch it. That makes no sense. I don't know why I compared it to that. Yo, maybe if I get more manga than these, and these, I would Sammy review too. After I work like fucking 7 days a week. Let me see what some of this is like really horror filled, which is awesome. And it just has this manga has character. Like when you watch this, you're like, damn, like you can really understand characters. Like they're very they're not one dimensional to say, but they have certain traits that make you really enjoy just seeing them, no matter who they are. Like if they're the bad person or like if they're nice. Oh, and the part about the two kids fucking dogs, that's crazy. That's crazy. This easy 8.3. Rare as fuck manga. These aren't even printing it anymore. Okay. I got this I was fucking stuck in it at my local library. The second this bitch dropped, bro, I had like $20 in my account. Yo, like I paid $4 for the bus ticket to go to the fucking library, and the rest of my $16 went to this bitch. And boy, is it worth it. Some of the most crazy art I've seen. Okay, first of all, I just love the story. I already read this. I already read the entire story, and it's just beautiful. Let me find. Let me just show you how fucking amazing this is, bro. This talks about like basically a guy who climbs, and just him going through the world, learning about how to feel as a human being, if you know what I mean. It talks a lot about how to be in a social world. The main guy Mori, he's all alone, and he forces himself into trying to. Well, what the fuck am I saying, bro? But like, he's a guy who's like stuck in his shell, and everybody in his life is just trying to force him to communicate. Like his teacher, the adult, and he's somebody who just doesn't have much for himself. And what he does when he learns how mountain climbing, it's like a sport that's based on being with people and cooperating. And when he just does it solo, it's like he's going against everything society's supposed to tell him. I don't know, bro. By the way, this is fucking 8.3 or 8 point. This is like a 8.2. I just find it super. Next fucking manga, Holyland. I got all 3 volumes that are out right now. Holy shit, fucking Kujimori. If you don't know who Kojimori is, he's the same guy right now. He was Kintaro Miyora's best friend, the author of Berserk, and he made a lot of like. Now he's the head director of the manga. He used to make manga. You know, he still makes manga, but he made a bunch of manga, and it's only recently that they printed his first manga, Holyland, and Holyland is my favorite manga. Okay, these two are both okay. These are like. This one's my favorite manga just because it doesn't come at first, because it's mostly a fighting manga that teaches you how to fight in like street fights, and it's very violent. Like, it's not that violent, but it's still quite graphic and action packed. But it's very much a conversation about interchange and like fighting to make a place in like world, because the society is fucking hard. Okay, when you like Yukam, the main character, starts fighting, it's not because he's fighting to keep his place in the world, because in a lot of places, a lot of times, you just don't have that. He's also 100% gay, so if you enjoy that, read it. This manga also has just, it doesn't just have insane art, it simply has insane movement. The fights have got to be some of the best fights. Like, they're realistic, but they have to be so enthralling. Like, just by seeing how he draws movement, you can't tell me that ain't beautiful. You can't tell me that ain't beautiful. That's fucking amazing, okay? And just the way you want to cheer for you for you in this first manga, this is a 9, easily a 9. It's so good. Second volume, we talk a lot about Yu's backstory. It tells us how he's feeling. For example, it talks about like how he used to be a recluse and he would just never leave his room because of all the bullying, and how he would, like, instead of being sad, he would rather feel numb. And at the end, when he sees that every single person in his life, even his own fucking parents and family, like, look at him with pity, he just decides like, okay, I'm gonna fucking like kill myself. Shit's wild to say, but when he does try it, his body like literally doesn't let him. Wait, let me show you. Let me fucking find it, because this shit made me cry. His He's on the ledge. He's about to jump. He's less than a couple centimeters away, and then his entire body just starts shaking. Oh wait, fuck, wrong page. But like he's about to like leave, and be in total apathy since that's what he's shooting for, and his entire like, what the fuck, man? Let me just. Oh shit, I was doing it the wrong way. His entire body shaking, just trying to keep himself alive, and after that, he just takes up the mantle of, if I'm gonna, if gonna be doing all of this, I should just train. I should just practice and practice. And he just read a boxing book and he was like, okay, let me just do this, so I can not focus on my life. And he just does thousands of punches every day. The way most people, like, they can either sit their entire days in front of a computer screen, or they can just waste it away by working, clubbing, just doing stuff that doesn't necessarily push them as a person. And when it doesn't, well, I feel like when something doesn't push you as a person, it'll only make you sadder. You know what I mean? What it does is it just hinders your humanity, basically. If that makes sense. The second volume, for me, easily a 9.5. Yeah, like when it comes to storytelling and like just relatability for me. Volume 3, at the end of Volume 2, we see a short blonde hair karate man show up, and his name is Shogo. Let me show you. He is Shogo. He's fucking badass as shit. He's an asshole, but he's super fucking badass. So he's since Yu Kamishiro's been beating up way too many people from the nightlife, the street gangs. He's now forced to fight Shogo, or else he'll be like lynched by everybody in the fucking city. So what happens is that he fights him, and I'm not gonna spoil it 100%, but like the fight's beautiful because it incorporates a lot of stuff that's already happened, and him just trying to get better over the story. One thing I will say is when you're reading the volumes, and I feel like Koji Mori does this a lot with his manga, like a lot with his manga. A lot of characters, like at the beginning, the characters are super weak and they don't have enough self-confidence, they can't support themselves, and at the end they are just the antithesis of who they were before. But they still think they're the same character at the beginning. And when you see it, it's just shocking because you forget who they were because you're growing with the characters. And that's why I feel like Koji Mori is one of the best mangaka. One of the best manga, and he 100% deserves to be on Berserk. I swear to God, some people were like, "Oh, he doesn't deserve." Fucking you should go tell your parents that you're sorry for being born. Okay, but like, he's honestly one of the rare people I've ever seen that knows how to handle people. Because like when you read this manga, you feel like you're talking to people. You aren't just talking to, like, you're reading about people. You aren't just reading about characters. Like, fucking, okay, I'm sorry, but Chainsaw Man doesn't feel human. I don't feel human when I'm watching. Like when I'm reading Chainsaw Man, I can't relate to these characters. They're cool to look at, but they're not people. They're fiction. They're fictitious. Like that's a bit better for Mob because like he's a bit more relatable. That's kind of like the whole point of the Mob Psycho. Bluelock, it's like, this is like if you were a gym bro Sigma male alpha and this was your personality. But it's enjoyable. I like it because it plays into the power fantasy, but it's fun. This one also plays just into human. I feel like that's why these two mangas relate for me very like in my top, because they just perfectly encompass how, like, what it feels like to be alone, and like fighting against normal societal standards, and it holds a dear place in my heart. Fire Punch, I don't know what the fuck about Fire Punch. We got Lobotomy Kaisen. I got 3 volumes of Lobotomy Kaisen. I've already caught up, but I'm gonna say about each volume. This one, the fights are fucking crazy, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. one thing I was surprised about is how nice the art is. Cause like when you see, because when I've been reading, I don't know why, I'm just gonna say this for every single manga. When you have it in hand, it's so much more beautiful to look at, cause it feels like you really get to see every tiny detail and not just like it to turn into blubber on a screen. Uh, there's not anything really crazy this in this volume. It's just super cool to see, me personally, and this one's like a 7. Volume 2 is awesome. Uh, I don't know if I could spoil anybody, but the way the character dynamics work, especially with all the cursed spirits, everything is super cool, and I absolutely love the art for like uh, Gojo's fucking domain expansion. I'm sorry, it's fucking beautiful. Already just looking at how just by the curses and everybody having such like superstitious powers, but it really allows for like cool looking powers like fucking this looks awesome just to express rage. And just the art, when I saw this, I was in the fucking bus. I literally just yelled out in the bus like damn, because that shit's beautiful. Like I was not expecting, because in my head when I went to like Otaku Fun in Montreal, bro, I've publicly said, "Yo, this manga sucks ass." Oh man, and now I'm fucking slurping this bitch all the fucking time. Oh yo, this is crazy. And look at this. This looks beautiful. Fucking limitless backshots, bro. At this point, the third volume is interesting. It doesn't like it's an interesting. It showed interesting characters. It's so Nanami and everything, and honestly, it was very enjoyable to read. At some points, it was a little sluggish, but like the introduction of Mahito and everything was super good. So second volume is I'd say an 8. Third volume 7.9. Just actually no, never mind. 8.4. It was an 8.4. It was better paced than the second volume, because it felt like the second volume at the beginning was a little bit it didn't know what to do, but later it got way better. I got 5 Berserk volumes, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's awesome. I have had times where I would read one volume, like I would buy the volume, I would read it in a day, and I'd have to go back to the library the same day and get the second volume. It's that addicting. All of these fucking 9s, bro. All of it is 9, because it's just so interesting. It's just so interesting. You don't want to like leave. You don't want to stop reading, because you're afraid if you stop reading, everything's gonna you're gonna miss out on everything that's happening in the story in real time. You know what I mean? So like it's gonna be like I can't just leave this. I can't just leave this, because I feel like if I don't keep reading, Guts is just gonna have his story without me there. There's been a bunch said about Berserk that I don't need to even to say anything, just because everything's already been said about it. I've read many more manga than just this, just these, than just these nuts. Most of it has been through scans, and if I get a bigger collection in the future, maybe I'll make a part 2. So right, everybody, have a nice night. See you.